Hello and welcome. So today we are talking about ECOWAS.
Today marks the official withdrawal of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso from the West African regional bloc, ECOWAS. The three Sahel states announced a year ago that they were cutting ties with the bloc after their membership was suspended following military coups in the countries.
It seems like the military rulers or military juntas of Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali have officially left ECOWAS. It's ECOWAS exit. ECOWAS, I thought about this and I've been actually thinking about it the wrong way. As much as we can blame these military rulers, they do have a point. Basically, what ECOWAS is supposed to be as a bloc or as a group of countries coming together to tackle some things or like to help each other through the struggle of fighting uh, to save the country's sovereignty. It seems like ECOWAS has failed, and I see a lot of people not pointing fingers at whoever is leading ECOWAS right now. I think it could be the president of Nigeria. I might be wrong. But I think we are pointing our fingers like towards one direction, towards the military leaders. To some extent, yes, because if you are like a leader of a country, especially if you want to bring Africans together, you have to kind of have a dialogue, sit down with them, and try to correct whatever thing that you don't agree with them on. And the military leaders chose to form their own alliance, which they are going to collaborate into military exercises, passports, and all that, and business and stuff like that. So my son is out there. So if you are hearing that noise, it's him just playing around. So
the military collaboration marks a significant step by the three countries in the fight against insurgents as they move away from traditional allies in the region, as well as former colonial ruler France. Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali forged their own community known as the Alliance of Sahel States in 2024.
These indigenous approaches require collaboration between our different countries, and I believe that with this strength, mobility will be strengthened because there are no more barriers. Before, what often prevented us from solving the security problem was not being able to pursue people in other territories. But when AES becomes a single area, and we have a single force to solve the security problem, it goes without saying that we will be able to quickly put an end to this terrorism.
The reason why I think we are all pointing our fingers at the wrong crowd is because nobody's holding the leaders of ECOWAS accountable. If you're a leader of a group or a leader of an organization, you have to make sure that every operation in that organization is going well, smoothly, and is accommodating for everybody. And if that organization fails, we have to look at the leader of the organization and say, yo, you are failing right here. But it seems like right now we frame our thing as if the three military rulers are just kind of coming out of nowhere and leaving the organization. I don't want to talk about imperialism and all that. So Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso announced their decision to leave ECOWAS in early 2024 following months of tension between countries and the regional bloc. So basically what's happening in the western part of Africa is that there are lots of jihadist groups, lots of uprising, and the ECOWAS was supposed to help deal with this issue together as a bloc, collaborating with countries. But it seems like nothing has been going on in that direction. So what do? You are under somebody who's supposed to be protecting you, and they are not protecting you at all, or they are failing to protect you. So this is why the leadership of ECOWAS, I think, to me, is the one that is failing. It's failed people of Burkina Faso, because here we're not just talking about these leaders. We're talking about millions and millions of people in these countries that needs protection every day. People need that freedom of movement, and people need to be sure that we're in their country, they are safe, and they will be kept safe. Say Burkina Faso was failing to protect its own people, and it looked to the region or to the bloc and say, we have this agreement together. Can you just protect us? And if that's not happening, then you have the choice to either seek help elsewhere. And it's not good for Africa. It's not good for the region actually, because they do need those collaborative um, they do need those collaborative efforts in order to combat this problem. So the juntas in all three nations have accused ECOWAS of failing to support them in their fight against terrorism and imposing sanctions that they claim harmed their populations. They also rejected ECOWAS' request to reconsider their decision to leave the bloc. ECOWAS initially imposed sanctions on the three countries following successful military coups but later withdrew the sanctions in an effort to get the countries not to leave the bloc. See, from the get-go, their priorities were in the wrong place. It seems like ECOWAS is trying to keep these countries in the bloc, but also not responding before the effects of somebody coming to hijack the government. You have to have had ECOWAS heavily present in this, and it's been a long time. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the leadership of ECOWAS is the one that has failed, and we shouldn't just point our fingers at these military rulers.
So one of the advantages of the ECOWAS region, which is I could say the most integrated region in Africa by many standards, is that within the ECOWAS, citizens travel freely from one country to the other without a visa. They can work in the countries of the ECOWAS without any sort of authorization. And what we know so far is that the AES countries have established their own passports. We have not seen those passports yet. I don't know what they look like. The ECOWAS passports, which their citizens still hold, will still be valid until their expiration date.
And forget to point fingers at the leadership of ECOWAS. You are a leader of an organization, and if your organization or members of the organizations are not happy and you don't make sure that they are kept happy, then you are failing as a leader. And I think that ECOWAS members that are remaining should also look at their leader right now and realize there are some things that need to be changed. There are some things that needs to be changed. There are some issues that needs to be addressed, and I think that's all I'm gonna say about this, because my son is now taking over this whole thing. Thank you so much for watching this. If you are here for the first time, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell too, so you don't miss any of the uploads on this channel, and then hit that like button. It is for the algorithm. I'll see you guys on the other side. Bye.
A year ago, these three nations have notified the regional body, ECOWAS, that they wanted to leave the organization immediately. I think what is unprecedented here is that we're dealing with three military coup leaders who have decided together to leave the ECOWAS and to form a new alliance called the Alliance of Sahelian States.